Czy masz odwagę powiedzieć żonom, i stałem tam, gdzie stało domo?
Welcome guys, and today I'd like to talk about the hotels and the problem with hotels and the hostels in Japan. Because I am on a trip to Japan, and when I wanted to organize it, it was a big problem to find a good place to do accommodation, good place to stay in a reasonable price. And this is a big problem, even bigger than in Korea. I think the easiest place to find a good accommodation for a tourist is Europe and US. Definitely, Europe and US is the easiest place to find accommodation in a reasonable price. And I'm not talking about the Mediterranean Sea in Europe, because that is expensive, and usually flights in Europe are inside European Union are really cheap, but the hotels are very expensive in the Mediterranean Sea. But if you want to stay in a big city like London, Paris, Berlin, Köln, Düsseldorf, Rome, Madrid, then you can find a good hostel in a very good price, and you'll have fun there, and everything will be okay. The same is in New York. There's a big offer of hostels, and you can find what you need. But in Asia, it's much harder. I found a great hostel in Korea, in Seoul. It was Mama's and Papa's guest house, and there were some inconvenience, like the fact that there were 2 floors, and that if you stay in a top floor, you had to go you couldn't go in the evening to the bottom floor, to the 4th floor. On the 5th floor, you had a room. You had to stay there at the evening or night, because it was not possible to go downstairs to the 4th floor at night and have party there. And they wanted people to be quiet at night, and there was some inconvenience in Mamas and Papas, but generally it was a really nice place with great people in a good location, just on a holiday in Seoul. So that's really good. It was really good. In Japan, there is a problem that you can choose between 3 types of accommodation, generally. First of them, this is a hostel, but in the hostels in Japan, you have dormitories. So there's no option that you will have a single room. I couldn't find any hostel or guest house in Tokyo that have a single rooms. No, they had only dormitories, and usually they were the dormitories same sex. So separate dormitories for a man and separate for a woman. There's no unisex dormitories there. And in the hostels, they expected from you that you will take off shoes in the front, and that you will wear flip-flops. That's right. I found one nice hostel, but the problem is it was far away from a subway station, and far away from Tokyo downtown. This was a problem, and the problem was that they expected to take off shoes in a hostel, and they expected you to leave your suitcase in a special room, a special luggage room, and you had to put the luggage there, and you couldn't take your suitcase upstairs to the hostel, to the common area. So when you wanted to take a new underwear, new socks, some hygienic stuff from your suitcase, you had to take a plastic bag and go, or a plastic basket, and go there to a luggage room and take the things you need upstairs. But you couldn't take the whole suitcase, even for a short period. To go there, remove the stuff, and go with the empty suitcase there again downstairs to a luggage room, it was not possible. So I've decided that I don't want to go every day, many times, with a for the fresh clothes to a luggage room, with a basket, and then with a dirty clothes again to a luggage room to put in my suitcase. It's not very convenient. It's not very convenient, and this. And the manager and person who cares about that hostel said that this is about hygiene, this is about cleaning, that the wheels and the wheels touch the sidewalk outside, and on the airport there are wheels, and this is about the bacteria and the water. I don't understand that thing, and this is the reason I've decided to don't rent bed in that hostel. But from other side, it was a really good place with a common area. And the second thing is that instead of the hostels with dormitories, where there's no single rooms, you have also hotels with single double rooms what you need. But the problem is that in the most cheaper hotels there is no common area to stay. For example, I've decided to take a single room in one of the cheapest hotels in a good location because that's Komadoma, just 300 feet from a subway station. Sorry, what is a British thing? Tube. About 300 feet from a subway station. This hotel is called APA Komadoma, and they have single rooms, double rooms. I decided to take a single room, and it has 14 floors. So on each floor there are 10 or 15 rooms. So a really big hotel in the size of the Tokyo hotels, and the price was also really reasonable. What's wrong with that? There is no common area, even on the main floor, on the first floor, where is the reception. There's no common space. There's no place where the people can meet, can talk, can stay in the evening and drink some drinks, some beer, to have a party, to be loud. There's no common place. Even if a space where there's a microwave and a coffee machine and a vending machine is really, really small, and on the first floor is not so much space, and there's no common area. There's no kitchen where you can sit and prepare your food. Of course, you can use that microwave on the first floor, but there's no place to sit. You just need to make that food and go back to your room. And it's not funny. It's not really funny because people stay separated in many rooms. They don't talk with each other. They don't meet other people. They don't know make new networking connections. It's not funny. It's definitely not funny, and this is a very bad thing. So there's no place where you can make a small talk or do stupid things, and so I prefer the hostels. But hostels, when you can choose between a bed in a dormitory and a single room. If there's a single room, but in a hostel where there are common area, a place to eat, place to drink, place to have fun. It's good when the area is a little separated from the sleeping part of the hostel. For example, it's on the first floor, and on other floors of the rooms, or there are some good doors, so the people who want to sleep don't hear people who want to have a party. That's a great thing. The problem in Japan is there are no hostels with a single rooms with that. So you can choose between having a common area but sleep in a dormitory, or have a single room but there is no common space to meet other people. That's a bad thing. In a many hostels like Generator in Berlin, Generator Alexanderplatz, Generator Mitte, Generator Prenzlauer. There's a space when you can meet on the first floor, some saloon, some living room, some common place. Yeah, this is a place for space for the people. Here, this is a problem. In Japan, this is a big problem. Look, for a hostel where I worked when I lived in London in the UK, there was a bar, a common English bar on the ground floor, and there was a hostel on a first, second, and the third floor, three floors up, on the first, second, and third. And then there was one door for a code. So in a bar can stay people. In a day can stay people who are staying in the hostel, and the people from outside who want to doing something. At night, the bar was only open for the people who who stayed in the hostel. So at 10 or 11 p.m., depending on the day, there was a sign, ding ding. They were closing, and the people who only came here for a drink knows that that they can make one order, and this is the end for today. And the people who are dressed in a hostel, they should stay and drink the whole night. But there was once doors which separate the bar and the hostel. Doors for a code, and each guest who stays in the hostel knows this four-digit code to open this door. Yeah? Because there was codes to a door who separate the bar and a hostel, and then there was a separate code different for each room. And this was great because that bar place was used also for a common area, especially at night where there were no customers from outside. People have space where they can get, and the second thing was the way that it was very close to a subway station. The subway station was exactly next door, so you go out, and then next door you had a subway station, and you can go anywhere around London. So it was great. And I've worked there, and there were many funny situations, and this is a good type of the place for a tourist, because this is close to a subway station. They have a place where they can stay, a place where they can eat, a place where they can have fun. Separated room on a different floor where there was pride, and everything was great and prepared just for the young people who just want to have fun. So I've told you about the problems with hostels in Tokyo. Here, if you take a place in a dormitory, you know how it is. Someone is snoring, some people come back at night. So every time, all the time, the door is open because people wake up on a different time. They turn on alarm clocks to wake up, so you wake up a few times a night. Once with your alarm clock, 4 or 5 times with other people's alarm clock. That's sometimes a problem. It's not a problem if you stay one night because you wait for your flight, but this is a bigger problem if you want to stay 1 week or even longer. But when you go to a hotel and you have single room, there's no place to meet people. And that's a problem. That's a problem, and because I prefer to have that separate space, like a single room, because when I want to sleep, to be separated, and usually I take with me some video equipment as a YouTuber. I took a camera, DSLR camera. I take a small action cam. I take a laptop with me, a lot I'm not talking about the clothes, but mostly some YouTube stuff. YouTube stuff, and I need a little space just to sit and charge battery in my camera to be able to change memory card from a full one to empty one, new empty one, and then with a charge battery next day I record the next video because I want to make some videos as my hobby. And the third type of place where you can choose in Japan, this is this old, crazy, stylish, old, ancient Japanese house. It's the most expensive place where you can stay in Japan. It's a room in this old style, very old Japanese style house. This is totally expensive, so I'm not talking about that because mostly nobody will choose that place because of money. And what is important when you choose your accommodation, look on a map of the city. Tokyo is a really big city, and you don't want to spend 2 or 3 hours on in a train to go to downtown to see something. Look, there's a special ring train line. It's called Yamanote line, and this is a green line, shortcut JY, and this is Yamanote line, the green line, which goes around downtown. And the other lines, which just goes from suburbs to that connection to a cross with Yamanote line. So Yamanote line is around. It's in London. There's no ring line, but there's a road which goes around, but it doesn't go around the first zone. It goes between zone 3 and zone 4. So it's a little between the near suburbs and the far suburbs. Not exactly in Berlin there's a S42 line, S42 S-Bahn, which goes around the central Berlin, the downtown of Berlin. So it goes around the district of Mitte, Tiergarten, Charlottenburg, Reading, Kreuzberg. It goes just that around, and so it is the inner city and outer city. Inner city, there's a downtown, and outer city, there's the suburbs like Pankow, Neukölln, Marzahn, Reinickendorf, Steglitz, Zehlendorf, as you can see. So you need to be close to a station and to a subway station. So look how far it is from your hotel to the nearest subway station. Then check the line. If there's a Yamanote line, it means that if you are close to a station of Yamanote line, it will be easy for you to go anywhere, and it will be cheap. And if there's other line, it means that you can be much more far away from downtown. That I've chosen that hotel, APA Komadome, because it's very close to a Komadome station on the Yamanote line. And for example, it's 10 stops to a Tokyo station, 10 stops to a Shibuya, 7 stops to Shinjuku. So everything is Hachihabara is also 7 stops. So it's very close to many places. And when I want to go there to record a video there, to see something, it's easy. It's fast. Because going 10 stations by Yamanote line train takes about half an hour, 20 minutes to 30 minutes. It's very fast. So that's all what I want to talk about, the hotels and the hostels and the problem with accommodation. Unfortunately, it's not easy to find a good accommodation in a good price. You need to look, be careful, look carefully, be patient and look and check day by day to look when you will find something in what will be in your budget. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'm gonna catch you later.
Ty co kobiety chciałbyś zniewolić, pozbawić chciałbyś niewolnej woli. Rządzie biskupie, do was to mówię, wstydzi się was dziś kraj. Nie płaczcie siostry, ducha nie traćcie, uwierzcie w naszą wygraną w walce. Uwierzcie w to, że już niedługo piękniejszy będzie kraj.